Hello, everyone. Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, today we're going to talk about learning something new every week. I don't say every day because then you get overwhelmed. I mean, I tried doing it every day, and it's off and on, and I got really spotty. It wasn't consistent, so I did some research, and a lot of people, a lot of motivational speakers, and a lot of life coaches, they recommend for you to learn one thing every week, because that way it optimizes. It gives you 7 days to learn it. It gives you the opportunity that if you want to learn more than just one, by all means. So it's all making your mind-body balance, right? Making your mind sharp and your body ready and fit and healthy. So, because if you do it, if you think it, you do it. If you do it, you think it. Remember, that's the motto of cognitive psychology. The simplest way of explaining cognitive psychology. And so, I mean, if you look at one of my shorts, it actually talks about learning one word from a different language each week, and just keep at that language. Just learn it, right? So let's say on Sunday or Monday, you look at the word, you let it repeat, you hear what it means, and then you keep on repeating it, and you go back and do that every single day. So repetition. Imagine, right? You learn one word each week. Each month, you'll learn 4 words. In 10 months, then you'll learn 40 words, right? And so, not 40 words, I'm sorry. It's more than 40 words. So 4, right? No, it is 40 words. I apologize. But that's 40 words that you didn't know during the year. I mean, that's 40 words that you didn't know during the year. I mean, for some languages that have a basic foundational set of words, I mean, you could be learning most of the stuff that you need when you go visit a country, or you go visit somewhere else, or you want to speak their language, or you want to just listen, right, and do that. And I know that we have Google, and we have Google Translate and other translators, but this way you're sharpening your mind, because what happens is when you learn a different language, right, a different part of your brain gets activated. I mean, for me, I have Spanish, right? That's my native language. I have English, which is my secondary language, which right now is my dominant one, because this is all I do, right? I speak English. And then I have French, which is kind of like my tertiary or my third language, but that one is only at a conversational level, right? But if I learn it, if I learn one word each week, at least one word each week, then that'll expand not only my vocabulary, but it will create different connections in my brain. It will keep my mind sharp, and it'll keep my mind-body balance. And so that's one of the recommendations that I did in one of my shorts. I mean, there's other things that you can do. You can help out at least once or twice a month. Volunteer somewhere, right? Because what happens when you go volunteer, you actually are helping people or animals or things or places, and guess what? Your body's gonna pump you with those chemicals that make you happy, make you satisfied. And so again, it's keeping your mind-body balance, right? If you're thinking it, you're doing it. If you're doing it, you're thinking it. So learning something new at least once a week, it's something that will help you in the long run, because it'll keep your mind sharp. It's interesting that sometimes psychology sounds very simple, but it's hard to do. I mean, even the smile, right? When you put a pen, or when you, like the Joker, when you move your lips up here, I mean, this is my body. Eventually, my body's gonna send out signals from my brain to my body to release my chemicals that make me feel happy, and I can feel it. I mean, look at the. I mean, I can see the flushness in my face. It's that simple, but we take it for granted. We take it for granted because we think that a lot of times, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of times we think that we don't deserve it. And we gotta accept the fact that we deserve good things, that we deserve moving forward, that we deserve earning our goals or getting to our goals. We deserve having a support system that keeps us moving forward. We deserve checking in on our village, right? So that way we can check in with the people that have raised us since we were little. We deserve it. And so, I mean, learning one thing at least, once a week, that's great. It's good. It keeps you sharp. It's like doing Sudokus. I love doing puzzles. I love doing games also that, remember, I game. So I love doing those games that can get you thinking, that can get you fitting pieces that go together and not go together. And so, again, you're doing what you love. You're doing what you want. What you're doing is keeping your mind-body balance, right? Because if you have your mind focused, then your body's going to be healthy and vice versa, right? And so make sure that you are learning at least one thing each week, right? So this week, what I learned is that I love certain type of music. And I'm gonna go back into the 80s, right? I tried having the long wavy hair when the hair metal bands were there. I already told you in another video that I had my denim jacket with my Def Leppard patch over here. But I was watching a documentary about Bon Jovi, the band Bon Jovi, and it had hit me. I mean, that some of these songs, and I'm saying some, there are a lot of them that do this. They elicit a lot of different feelings and emotions and memories and things like that. It's kind of like, when you had your first kiss and a song came on, and the song and kiss, the song is kind of like the memory tag, and every time you hear that song, you remember that. I mean, it is what it is, right? Our minds are amazing. Our bodies are amazing. We have to take care of them both because we have to be balanced. So by learning one thing each week, what we're doing is we're saying, I'm investing in myself. I'm doing this the right way. I want to make sure that I'm moving forward and not backwards. And I don't mean forward into the future where you build your own world and it doesn't even exist. I'm saying in the here and now. I'm moving forward in the here and now, and I'm making decisions the best and the most focused in the most optimized way possible, here and now, right? And so you need to sharpen your mind. You need to get your mind focused. And I've said that before, and I've also said that that's the reason why I walk, is to keep my body healthy, to keep my body sharp, right? To make sure that I'm an optimized level. And the thing is, we talked about this, on one extreme being negative, on one extreme being positive, down the middle is neutral. And you know what? Down the middle is where you make all the excellent decisions, where you're most focused, where you are optimized to make decisions that will or could shape your life, right? I was talking to one of my students, and we were talking about what he wanted to be, after high school, what career he wanted to do, and he said, I want to be a heat HVAC, a heat and air conditioning person. I mean, you gotta think about this, right? HVAC and heating and cooling. You go to either a school and get your degree or a certification, or you do an internship with somebody that teaches you within a company. You don't make as much, but eventually some of these people are making like over $100,000 a year. Again, right? If that's what you're going to do, if that's what you're going to choose to do, then start looking at things right now. Start learning about one thing about HVAC and heating and cooling right now, right? So that way, by the time you get to the place where you're ready to go to school, go to a trade school, or get a certification, or do an apprenticeship, you're ready. You can show them that you're motivated. You're very motivated to learn, to be in the field, to be successful, to make the company, right? Make the company better by doing the job better. And so, again, by learning one thing each week, it doesn't matter what thing, right? If you want to travel to Japan, start ahead of time and start learning a word per week or 2 words per week, right? Or three. Everything is optimal for me in threes, or 3 per week. If you can do that, great. By the time you get to the trip, you will have conversational Japanese. You will have conversational Spanish or conversational Burmese or conversational Italian. I mean, you'll have the basics. My dad came to the United States, and I would always smile when he told me this. The only word that my dad learned in a Spanish class in high school in El Salvador was pencil. I said, Dad, that's the only one you learned? He's like, yeah, that's the only one I can remember because that's easy. It's the thing that I hold every single time when I'm in school, pencil. And it was funny because we would laugh because he remembers that, and that was one of his funniest moments. And so again, right, it stuck with him. It stuck because he memorized it, and he did what he did to memorize stuff. So again, make sure that you learn something at least once a week, and that'll optimize your mind-body balance. Another thing that's going to do, and I'm not trying to advertise, remember turmeric, black pepper. I actually added a little bit of honey. I'm going to blend it a little bit with the Voltrex. And so, not going to blend it too much. I blended it a lot. So, bear with me. I'm going to taste it. Hopefully I don't choke in front of all of you. Turmeric goodness. Remember, I used to not like turmeric. Longest time, hold on. Now I lick turmeric. For the longest time, I would not eat food with turmeric. But now it's like twice a day. I drink a shake twice a day. Turmeric, black pepper. I added a little bit of honey, and actually honey from El Salvador, which is no sugar added, no preservatives added. It's just straight from the panel. It is good. That's a good taste. So, anyways, I learned something new this week, right? I learned that turmeric, black pepper, and honey, it's a good combination. So, again, learn something new at least every week, right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new videos that come on to my YouTube channel. Like this video. Learn at least one thing every week. Connect with me on Facebook at Carlos Flores Jr. Connect with me on Instagram at Back on Basics. Connect with me on X at Carlos FGR. If you have a topic that you want me to go over and you want me to give you my take on it, sorry, I'm trying not to burp, put it in the comment section. Till next time, I drank a little bit more of the turmeric. It is actually pretty good. You should try it. Back on Basics.